Alex Israel Ahomuza, for bringing us up to speed with the interaction that you had with Sheikh Kasim Kamjisha, who is choosing to step away from the identity of partyism that we've been seeing, especially for the NRM, and is putting party first and the party's agenda. Well, we do have the NRM Vice Chairperson, Western Region, a new member on the SEC that is running for the next 5 years, Honorable Engineer Jonard Asiimwe Akiiki, that is joining us this morning. We're also expecting to be joined by Mr. Phillip Kakuru, who's also an NRM member, and Obed Katureebe, Executive Director with the Uganda Media Centre. They're all on this table for the conversation on the NRM Youth and Entrepreneurs League elections that are happening today. Good morning to you, Honorable.
Morning. How are you?
Very good. Pleased to have you here. Congratulations, first of all, on your win.
Thank you so much, Priscilla. And I want also to thank the Ugandans, my family, the NRM party, the leadership, and everybody who really traveled to Kampala, Kololo, and His Excellency, by the way, he sat up to 4 a.m. Overseeing the elections until we were announced, those ones who went through successfully. I think I want also to congratulate those ones who were with me, who didn't make it up to the last, but I believe they also succeeded at a given point. And those ones, my fellow SEC members who won, really, we are very happy.
Okay, now let's talk about the politics of defeat for Ugandan politicians, especially as we have seen it in the national resistance movement, right from the primaries and also the SEC elections that we had and the national delegates elections that we had for the different leagues for the party. Many have not been comfortable with losing, and they have chosen to either step away from the party, go as independent, or dispute through the legal system. Sheikh Kasim Kamjisha has just been talking to us, and he has been letting us know that he has officially conceded at whatever aspiration levels that he had through the party, and is choosing to go with what has been streamlined by the party into this elective season. What are your comments on that?
Okay, actually, as Sheikh Kamjisha has also publicly stood down and leave the flag bearer to stand. Our major reason and why even we have these structures is to ensure that we comprehend the strengths of the party. We are talking to many people underground there. We are calling many people, we are having private meetings to see that when the results, if they are not good for you, because there is also a winner and a loser, there will always be anomalies. In most cases, when someone wins, will tell you, I did this. When someone loses, say, I was this. So I think what Sheikh Kamjisha is doing is what we are also advocating for the whole country, and basically being the chairman for the Western, I'm really encouraging everybody whom you think that you can live for the party flag, and also you have those meetings of reconciliations. Our offices are very open to talk one-to-one, and we have been talking to many, and many are still coming out to come and say, no, let us live out, and then the party becomes more stronger. There are flag bearers. You also need to talk to the people whom either you took flags from or you won, because we really need to consolidate the vote, so that if you two or three of you combine to have one candidate, I'm very sure the performance of His Excellency and the performance of you yourself also becomes the perfect.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Honorable. We're being joined by the Executive Director, Uganda Media Centre. Good morning to you, Mr. Katureebe.
Good morning to you, and good morning, viewers.
Right. You have found us making assessment of politicians accepting defeat, especially through these lower levels of elective participation on party levels. We have seen the case of the NRMs, those who were defeated choosing to come through as independents or choosing to go the legal way. We have also seen the same case with the National Unity Platform. If they're not given the flag, then they have defected to other parties, or also, again, choosing legal forms. This is a continuous and growing culture of not accepting defeat in a race where you know that there must be a winner and a loser. What's your assessment?
Well, I think the problem is maybe we're still growing in terms of appreciating and understanding multi-party politics.
Okay.
I think we are yet to reach there and understand that there must be a winner, there must be a loser in such context. But I think my view is that what is even making everything matters worse on either side of the aisle, be it in the NRM, be it in the opposition, is this mentality of a do or die, and even going an extra mile to commit certain amounts of resources to win a certain position. And the president has been very consistent on dissuading people from investing money into, being voted into certain positions. And now when they don't listen, put in some heavy investment and they lose their heads as well, and choose to go, to come as independents. And everything really gets messy. The whole essence of multi-party politics gets diluted.
All right.
That's my opinion. But I think we need to have a national conversation, study deeper the effect of especially commercializing our politics, and of course the subsequent indiscipline that comes after contenders have lost. It is a very bad culture that is within us, but we need to serious conversation about it and see how we can.
And why I needed your input is because today, once again, we're going to see a lot of pressure, especially for candidates, and the acceptance here at that point when the votes are counted and they say that A is the winner and C is the loser. How will the youth respond through their league elections? How are the entrepreneurs going to respond through their elections? Without this time, there are no white potatoes to throw around. Anyway, we're going to be having a deeper discussion into that, focusing on the elections that be before us, and also looking at the ability of the party's management of its internal democracy ahead of the 2026 general elections. Now, we're going to be having correspondents who are going to be giving us what is on ground at the different district level electoral centers for these two league elections. Starting off with Mbarara, where we're joined by Kosli Nakahira, who's talking to, I believe, a leader there of the National Resistance Movement, who's going to be one of the overseers of the two elections. Good morning to you, Koslin. What's on ground and what is our kind leader telling us and giving us confidence on the smoothness of the elections today?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for watching Morning at NTV, wherever you are in Uganda and across the world. And of course, right now I'm reporting to you live from Mbarara City. We are sitting at the regional offices of NRM here in Ankole, where 13 registers from 13 districts, NRM registers from 13 districts in Ankole will come here to pick their requirements. But of course, the Electoral Executive Committee of the ruling party, the National Resistance Movement, appointed today, 18 September 2025, as the day when the elections of internal leaders for youth and entrepreneurs are to be voted. This follows after the party chairman, President Yoweri Museveni, has suspended the elections of the National or Youth League when a few hours when Colin Stang was announced as the leader. Because a section of members, they petitioned the Electoral Commission, the party Electoral Commission, saying that there were a lot of irregularities. Now, joining me today morning is Mr. Sebuma Kawesa, who is the NRM registrar for Mbarara City. A very good morning. Someone watching Morning at NTV would want to know, how prepared are you for this exercise today?
Oh, good morning, our viewers. I'm Sebuma Kawesa, as she has said, and the registrar of Mbarara City. She have told you the narrative, why we are voting today.
Yeah, where we're repeating.
We are repeating this election. We are ready. We are ready. Because what is important now is having the register. We have a register for the youth. These are just 20 people. And we have a register for entrepreneurs. These are 5 people. So these are 25 people. I think this is sizable, manageable number. We can able to manage this number. You know what happened in Koro? The numbers were big. Maybe some people were compromised. And the moment you are compromised, you have to go into someone's lane that has voted your big. Now here, the story is different. Okay. Because in every district they are going to vote. So you have to be there to see who is behind you. That's the cautious.
Mr. Kawesa, someone would want to know, you know, when we had these elections at Corona grounds last month, there were a lot of complaints. People said it was so monetized, there was money, people were campaigning on that very day. Are we going to see this happening today or not? No.
Our duty today here is just one. People come in, vote and go. No campaigning. There's no time for campaigning. People come in. We have the register. I've already handed over the register at the gate. You only come in if you're a voter. Then, when time comes, we shall again read your name, verify you, prove that you are the one, and after all these people, pass through our hands.
So we just maybe lastly as we conclude, one would want to know how is security, briefly tell us about security, how is it like?
The security, we have very, very, very tight security of about 50 men. So which means every candidate is under a watchful eye of 2 policemen. So we don't expect to have any problem. And why should we have any problem? Because the registers are here. The names will be read. And you line up to the person you want. You are not coerced.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Kawesa, for having us this morning. And of course, as he has told you, even from the background, already security here, there is high deployment here, registrars, different registers from different districts. As I mentioned, 13 of them from here and college, they are here to pick the requirements. We are yet to see by midday when this entire exercise will start, how it will be. I'm here to let you know in case of anything. A very good morning. Let me take you back to Regina in the studios. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, Mama.
All right, thank you so much, Coslin, for bringing us up to speed with elections as they will be happening in Mbarara. The registrar telling us there that they are more than ready because now this time, more than the other times, there's more management of the exercise. And the registrar there has mentioned about, the cancellation of the results and polls on the 27th of August 2025, which led to a lot of turmoil and led to us being here today having a rerun of these elections. And it begs the questions, what are some of the lessons that were picked up from the incidences that happened in August while there was the National Delegates Conference in Kololo by the National Resistance Movement, and how are they being addressed now and moving forward? This is where I bring in the Vice Chairperson, Western Region, Honorable Engineer Asiimwe, to help us understand. You were there, you were able to be part and parcel of what was happening in August in Kololo. You saw it for yourself firsthand, and you realized as a leader incoming and emerging that these were the loopholes. And these are the challenges that led to the troubles that be, and this is how they're being addressed.
Okay, I think, first of all, what we went through Kololo, it is, it has been constitutional, first of all, that we should have the National Delegate Conference. But many people, they're hungry for power. They want it, do or die. And there are many things which came on, like in the malpractice, where people wanted to have the non-delegates. So it really confused some of the electoral commission committees, which became a total problem. And that's why you see after the youth elections failing, His Excellency had to come in himself. And they first pushed the youth elections. Then for us, the SEC members, SEC candidates came on, and he was there himself as the national chairman to ensure that the elections have not gone wrong. And we successfully did it with a few anomalies which were settled by tribunals, and I think everything is done. Now, when it comes to this challenge of where we are bringing all the people together, as the SEC members also, in our sittings in this term of 5 years, we want to look at some reforms and revise through how are we going to ensure that we're having safety for voters, we have safety for the candidates, and if at all the country is big, how can we truly do it? Last Saturday, when we sat the National Party chairman as our first meeting as SEC, we analyzed using some proper algebra and some many mistakes which were there. Actually, we were looking at a candidate, looking at a voter, and a common person. And all we are looking at the image of the party. At the end of the elections, what is going to happen? That's why we said, let us have these elections managed at the district. Because me, I'm a chairman of Hoima City, doubling that. I have only 21 voters in my city. When to go to the district also, I have, I think, 21. So if I have the whole security, I have the whole registrars, everybody, we cannot fail to manage 21. And I want to give the report to Ugandans that yesterday I was getting updates across my region on to find out how is it, how are my younger men and ladies, how are they? Yeah. But I was getting good results that the voters are happy, the younger people are happy. First of all, they're getting their facilitation time, and after getting their facilitation, they are not moving too much. I want to assure you that when they came here last time, I got some reports from some of them. They lost their luggages because of these hiding of voters, intimidation, something like that, which we don't expect today to happen. You are going to be voted by 21 people, and your agents will be able to film those people. And I think we shall not have issues that there are non-delegates. And we also passed on that real Saturday. We told the Electoral Commission to ensure that they publish the names before, and we put it over the social media so that everyone can know that either I'm duplicated, and we have not gone. I've been following their comments in the groups. I have seen that everybody is there, and everybody knows himself that this is my vice, this is my secretary, finance, and so I think we hope for the best today.
All right, Mr. Katureebe, let's have an assessment of the problems and the challenges that emerged after what we saw in Kololo in August, vis-a-vis what has now been resolved by the tribunal and the SEC's first meeting, that they should decentralize these polls and put them at district level. Is that a better way to manage internal democracy?
Yes, I'm tempted.
And is it fair because everyone else was sorted out at the National Delegates Conference, and don't they feel like they're uniquely left out or judged,
No, I don't think so. Every function or an event generates challenges and points of success. And that's why institutions have mechanism of doing monitoring and evaluation. So after the Kololo elections, with the attendant challenges that he has highlighted, it was prudent for SEC to go on the drawing board, analyze their weaknesses, analyze their strengths, and then they made a resolution on the way forward. And one of the way forward is now to decentralize the voting and I'm tempted to agree with him 100%, that at the district level, cases of loopholes of smuggling in non-qualified people are very limited because they know each other. They know each other by face, they know each other by names and everything. So incidents of smuggling in, let me say, ghost voters and any other form of indiscipline. And again, the crowds are even so small. Kororo was a forest of people. You would not know there were which league is voting which league. So it was quite challenging, and I think that's my opinion, but they are saying that the ones who determine going forward, they need to evaluate further the success of decentralizing such election. No. In my view, this is the best they had to do. Okay.
Speaking of monitoring and evaluation, Honorable, if this should actually be a very successful exercise today, do we then have a situation where we see this resolution being adopted for futuristic management of internal party democracy?
I think you can see even from my colleague, he may be out of this, but when he looks at it, it is a better approach. You know, the harms which comes after the elections, are they truly part of our ideology we have? You know, NRM has grown as a party. By the time we had all these things, was the population like that? That's why sometimes numbers continue changing. The way you are planning this country 10 years ago or 15 years using a certain kind of method, does it apply today? What do we have today? We have technology, we have this, we have this. So we keep changing. Yeah, we keep changing things the way the world changes. You cannot say that we plan today, it is going to be like that. Tomorrow and tomorrow, after 10 years, the world will be maybe global, you can do anything, even the other side, so you can't say we are going to control like that. But we are doing also the comparisons today, and we compare with what happened when the youth came here. We are drawing points. We are going to make sure that after this mass, we get the views of people, we get the views from voters. We try to quantify. You know, it is better to have a quantified research to know, quantify and qualify, and then we shall base from there. But I would, to me, as part of the SEC members, I would really recommend that we head the ideology of the party and the peace aftermath of elections, because anything which happens and you don't assess the end goal is very bad. You just go, you go into it, but we have not put a team to assess what is going to happen after. You have seen how the youth were really here, people fighting, wherever and so on. There is someone's child who came here because has just joined politics, and is only one child left home, left the mother and the father. There are many things which happen. They are moving these delegates here and here. So I think we are going to have a really serious discussion if we are to protect these younger leaders and protect also the future, even the image of the party itself. So me, I'm looking on my personal opinion and my observation. I don't know what other my fellow SEC members are seeing, but we are going to analyze. But basing from already what is happening, we are having a few loopholes we are seeing, and everyone is calm. They are just waiting to know this one is done. Then this thing of monetization and the commercialization of politics, it is a general disease across the world. And it has been brought by people who brought these parties all over. You know, when you are not the origin of the problem, you cannot just wake up and say, I'm going to solve this problem. We need to first know why commercialization was too much from day one. It's not only Uganda, all other countries. So we need to find a mitigation method and find a way how to approach it. You know, everything, you don't wake up and say, I'm advocating to stop this. There should be a method. And you should know how it started. And you should know how to remedy it and reduce. And I think during also this course, our party chairman, when we were in the meeting, he told us, please, start a new phase. we have a lot of commercialization. We have this. Find a way to protect the younger leaders, and that is the course we are going to take, to find a way, the best measures, where someone's right to vote has been guarded. Now today, themselves also, they don't know what they're supposed to do. They tell their candidates, if you don't have money, don't come. So that is the kind of thing we need to first remove, but we are going to find the better approach to see that these younger leaders can vote their own members when really they are supposed to do.
Yeah,
Yes.
You have mentioned commercialization and monetization of elections. As one who is continuing going through the party rankings of leadership, where do you believe this stems from, especially as far as your party is concerned?
You know, you know, there are many things which bring about commercialization. First of all, it is our culture on how we approach things everywhere. And then even how we do mentorship programs for younger leaders who are coming on. And also the party structures sometimes being dormant all over, and they don't try to take on the course of these voters to know what they're supposed to do. It's a very big problem across Uganda, across Africa, and the whole world, which we want to stem it. And we are going to find a way to find that we curb the challenge, but it is not going to be an easy go away, but it is going to be a consultative role. And then we make sure that sometimes there are even penalties which have to come in, so that we reduce onto this kind of things. If a candidate has been got doing that, it's disqualified. So sometimes it is there are some few penalties which should stem in. You know, when you have the freedom, even though you tell somebody this and this, he may never change it. Okay. But if at all there are some penalties in parties, it's like today when we are saying, if you're the party member, you have stood, you have got a flag, and then you have been won, then you are coming back to resign from the party structures. Those are the measures which are coming on to ensure that we have harmony in the party as a mass.
All right, Mr. Katureebe, for you on the other side, you have been able to observe elections through different cycles, and you've been able to actually see some of these things in real time on ground, commercialization of our politics. Talk to us about the continued impact of it on having a true democracy and governance.
Well, two things that are happening. One, I think we need strong legislation. Like he said, I think strong punitive measures should be put in place. But of course, Parliament must pass such laws that are very, very strong on the political actors, especially bribing voters and the whole process of bribing to be voted. I think we need strong legislation so that we have very strong deterrent measures to those that will be caught in such act, because something beyond what we are witnessing can only be anarchy. We saw people dying in the primaries. People died. Members of Parliament physically fighting. You can imagine a member of Parliament fighting. Nasty fight, blood oozing out. So anything beyond what we've seen is not good, and we only need, I think, like he's saying, those in leadership need a strong discussion on curb this indiscipline that is also associated with, largely associated with commercialization. The reason people are going nasty is because the amount they have invested in. Secondly, I think we also need the political actors have not saved the situation. These leaders, once they are there, they are the ones who sit and decide how much will be their remunerations. And it may not be big monies to a sophisticated person, enlightened person like you and me. If, say, someone is paid, say, 20 million or 30 million, or like some get at the end of the month, it may not look so much money, but to these ordinary people, the villagers who earn what they earn, to them they look at it as extremely obnoxious remuneration. And then it generates a certain perception of looking at leaders not as leaders, as people who have attained offices for quick gain and instant wealth. Okay. So they cease to listen to reason. So if you're going back and you're trying to say, look, I'm going to do one, two things, how brilliant and best to articulate issues on the floor of parliament or in the council of a district is not their thing. They're now looking at how much you can give them, okay, which is extremely dangerous. Now, someone was giving me statistics, maybe the vice chairperson could reinforce this. The attrition rate of the incumbent MPs is over 90%. I think around 366 NRM MPs, 301 lost. So why? We need such kind of attrition rate. It's because voters' mindset has since changed. They're not looking at you to go represent the interest and lobby for constituents, be a voice of your area, but they're looking at it as people who are going to caution themselves in one way or the other. But like he has said, the vice chair of Western Uganda, okay, did a strong conversation, said that we reverse these traits that have come up because they are not good for any of us at all. Okay,
all right. We're going to be going to Lira, where we'll be joined by Julius Ochen, who's also going to be giving us what's on ground at the election center there for the NRM League elections. I want to find out what's the candidacy readiness, what's the election committee's readiness, and of course the readiness of the voters, and what the atmosphere is there by and large. Are they happy about the decision to decentralize these elections?
A very good morning, viewers. I'm right now standing at the headquarters of Lira City in Senior Quarters B, Lira City East Division. Lira is also preparing for the election. And here, Lira City is part of the election of the Special Group League for Youth, which is taking place today countrywide. And for Lira City, it's going to take place at the Mayor's Garden, just about half a kilometer away from here. And that place is already earmarked for that election. It is fenced with the wire. And for the other district, will take place at Tech Sub-County, about 11 kilometers away from here. And right now, I have my guest, Mr. Joshua Akejo, who is going to take us through the exercise here. Joshua, could you tell me how prepared are you?
Good morning, Jesse and viewers. The NRM is conducting some residual elections today that we couldn't complete or conclude during the recently concluded delegates conference in Kololo. The election is going to be for the Youth League and the youth MP flag bearers for regions and the national female, then also the committees for the Entrepreneurs League. As Lira City and the NRM, we are very prepared. We've received all our materials. We have all our zonal coordinators on ground. Each district is going to be a polling station. So these elections will be held in every district in a location that is appointed by them and agreed by them. And our election officers, people call them, or better know them as registrars, will be fully in charge of the exercises. And the delegates are known. We've done a good job in rectifying the errors that were there, especially in the lists of delegates. So we have a clean voters register, and I believe that it is going to set us for a credible election. We want this election to be free and fair. The president may not be here in Lira City, but he's here with us. He may not be here physically, but he's here with us. All the apparatus that we need to support this election to deliver a credible, free and fair election are in place. So we are really prepared.
What time do you expect this election to begin here?
The guideline states that we were supposed to have started by now, by 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So anytime within that range we can, when a team is ready to conduct election, they can carry it forward.
Thank you so much, Joshua, for your time. I'm Julius Chen reporting for NTV in Lira City. I take you back to the studio in Kampala. Thank you so much.
Well, Julius Onen, I will say that the atmosphere there is actually so peaceful. It encourages free and fair elections, which is something that the gentlemen in studio with me do agree upon. It is a good foundation for free and fair elections. Now, there's also the Entrepreneurs League that is in polls, excluding the chairpersonship, which was agreed upon on a consensus and by the president, and all the stakeholders did agree by the selection of Haji Vasajja as the chairperson of the Entrepreneurs League. However, there's been a lingering question as to why this very same courtesy was not extended to the other levels of leadership on this league so that we can save one, time, two, resources. Honorable, what is your explanation on this?
No, Priscilla, thank you also for being a part of Ugandans who are feeling now we have harmony and some projected peace during these elections which are going on. We have always told you, more so like some of us when we are campaigning for these positions, there are things which need to be seen through due to the change of environment. And we are not blaming anyone, but we need to know that things keep changing. And then we have the better ones. For the entrepreneur, you know what happened, what has transpired, blah, blah, A, B, C, D, F, G. And the Right Honorable Taewa, the Speaker, Deputy, led the harmonization meeting for the colleagues who were standing as the chairpersons of NRM, where we had the King Caesar, we had the Kakuru, Phillip, and the Vasajja. They agreed totally with harmony that let Haji Vasajja take on to be the chairpersons. But there are some other positions which remained not yet concluded. I think there are 9 positions. And every district we have 5 voters of entrepreneur. 5 voters of what? Of entrepreneur. In the last meeting we had also the same discussion that some of them have already harmonized to come out and leave, but some of the positions out of the 9, they are still going on to be what? To be voted until the same day today. And the beauty is that I want to collect from my home city, where I'm having 21 youth members who are voters, and I'm having 5 entrepreneur voters. It means I have 26 voters whom we are going to do what? To man. So saying that why don't we apply it everywhere? Earlier we have said now we are going through the study. We want to see when these elections have been held at the cities and districts, what has happened. So we are going to have what we call a qualified and a quantified research results to say, no, you see, when we had it at Kololo, financially this is what it implicated. Morally, image of the party, that's how it ended. Social media, tribunals became busy, the party had to invest, so you put it there. You see, in arguments, you don't need to argue with number of words, but you have to argue with statistics and know exactly what has happened, so that it will help even other Ugandans to drive conclusions and say, no, this is the best way we have to do things, this is the best way how we have to approach it. Yes.
Mr. Katureebe, he says this is the best way they've been able to approach this issue, especially for the Entrepreneurs League. But then, in tandem, are they not setting a precedent with future troubles? In the next National Delegates Conference, 5 years from today, they will have to go through this cycle again. And those that will stand at that time for the chairperson Entrepreneurs League will be expecting that the matter be handled the same as it was handled back in 2025. The precedence being set, putting a lot of pressure on the party internal organization.
Like my colleague has said, after comprehensive study, I do believe the next cycle of election matters will be handled differently. If you remember, during the Kororo conference, the Entrepreneurs League was one of the hottest and nasty contested position. There were allegations of people, the big contenders hiding people in as far as beyond Uganda's borders. I don't know how true that one was. I'm not saying that was true, but it was so nasty. And probably matters were not going to be helped even now, in this other round of election. It was beautiful that the party leadership went into intense negotiations, and the consensus was built that some people stepped down for the others. But I don't think that this one will be replicated in the next round of election. Because, like he's saying, the studies will be conducted, and probably the way the elections were handled will be much different. In which case, it will not require hiding delegates in different cities of the region. I do believe if it is decentralized, it will be difficult for anybody now. How if say they're going to be voting, and 100 something districts of Uganda, it will be difficult for anybody to compromise any voting bloc. So, like he's saying, these are moments to reflect on, to study the weaknesses, to study the strengths, and then going forward, I think something much better will be produced than what we are suggesting.
All right, the last voice is going to go to the NRM Vice Chairperson, Western Region. Moving forward, what are the commitments? And you also did mention of reforms in the works, so that there can be internal management that is free and fair for all.
Okay, being the last voice, first of all, today we are going to have the inter-party organization for Dialogue Summit at Kololo, and that's why I'm around. I would have gone on ground. But before even we do that, I want to send a message to the younger people that please, the elections have been held in that manner because we want to have everybody equality, okay? We don't want you to be in a place where you don't have any candidate a voter who is going to vote you. And I think you are free to access anyone. And also, I call upon you, more so you young people, that a win and a loss, they are almost equivalent. But if you analyze it properly, it is a journey of the progress. So I would think that when you become number one, call the number two, number three, shake hands and talk together. And when also you don't go through, please, this is not the last. You still have more opportunities. We have known you, we have seen you, we can venture into a number of activities. So I call for peace, and I call for everybody to not be intimidated. Vote any person you feel. There is nobody, maybe like a SEC member or electoral commission, is supposed to influence you over this. Take your decision independently and protect your vote for that candidate you wish. Otherwise, I want to thank you, and I want to congratulate you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Engineer Jonard Asiimwe Akiiki, who is the Vice Chairperson, Western Region, sitting on SEC as of today and for the next 5 years. We've also had the privilege of interacting with the Executive Director with the Uganda